Hey everyone, welcome back. We're the Filmsmiths. I'm Nick.
And I'm Zach.
So, hopefully you just finished watching my Best of 2014.
And now it's my turn. I'm about to talk about some movies that I thought were real good. And you should too, maybe. Or you should just see them, or not. But watch the video. I'm going to do a top 10, I'm going to do 5 honorable mentions, so it's kind of like a top 15. So on that note, go away.
Bye-bye.
Just slide over a little bit. Alright, so to start off the list of top 10 movies, here's 5 honorable mentions. Fury, Box Trolls, Foxcatcher, The Imitation Game, Tracks. All 5 of those movies I thought were really interesting. They were all pretty major films except for Tracks, which was an Australian film, which I just saw the other day, actually made it into the list. It was very good. So if you can find that, I'd highly recommend it. And so now, let's jump into the top 10. Coming in at number 10 is an animated movie, my favorite animated movie of the year, and probably even one of my favorite animated movies in a long time, Big Hero 6. I just can't get over how much fun that movie was. Baymax, the big robot, the big medicine robot, just such a fun character. It's a good story, it was entertaining. Despite the fact that I fell asleep and didn't really see the end. Maybe if I had seen the end, maybe it's my top movie of the year, who knows. All I know is that what I did see was a great time, and it deserved to be in the top 10. Number 9 is a movie that I have not said a whole lot of good things about, but despite that, is very good. Boyhood. I do not like Boyhood as much as most people because I am not that impressed with the feat of 12 years. I think Nick has mentioned this a couple times. It wasn't really shot over 12 years, it was shot for 1 week a year over 12 years, which is in itself not a huge deal. Just the patience is impressive, I suppose. But beyond that, it's a good movie. The last act in particular is very, very well done. Really ties all together. I was pretty skeptical. I was actually ready to dislike the movie, but it was saved at the end. The last 45 minutes to an hour is quite good. And good enough, in fact, that it was able to make it into the top 10. Number 8 is British Man Invents Science Part 1, The Theory of Everything. It's the Stephen Hawking biopic. Eddie Redmayne, I just cannot say enough about how incredible his performance was. To portray Stephen Hawking, watching him go from healthy to just debilitated by disease, was so impressive. It's a great story, really covers his whole life. It's based on the biography written by his first wife. It's really focused heavily on their relationship. But beyond that, I found it very entertaining. That's my kind of movie. I like a slow movie that you really have to think about and appreciate, and so that's why it comes in at number 8. At number 7 is a movie that I thought was very good, but I was actually kind of disappointed, and that is Whiplash. Whiplash, as I'm sure you know, story of a jazz drummer, musician. He goes to music school and is abused emotionally and physically by J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons does an incredible job in this role. Hopefully we'll be winning an Oscar. How you like me now? How you like me now? Miles Teller, on the other hand, I was not crazy about. I can't exactly put my finger on why I didn't like him. Maybe it wasn't even him, maybe it was just the character that I wasn't really feeling, but didn't quite do it for me. And then the music was very good. It's very good music. I dig jazz. I don't know, watching the actors play their instruments sometimes was a bit, kind of took me out of it. It just, at times, looked kind of fake. The story was good. I think for a movie that was slightly longer than an hour and a half, maybe about an hour 40 minutes, it had some plot points that would have worked if it were a 3-hour movie. You know, the main character with his potential girlfriend, with his father, things like that, that aren't really developed, but are in there kind of feel unnecessary. If they had made the movie longer and they could have developed that a little bit more, I might have been higher on the list. That being said, still a very, very good movie, and it's number 7. Coming in at number 6 is one of the first movies I saw in 2014, and that is The Grand Budapest Hotel. Directed by Wes Anderson, doing his Wes Anderson thing. His style is just so unique and visually stunning, and just charming. His movies are just charming. You had great performances by a lot of great actors. Ralph Fiennes was phenomenal. Jeff Goldblum played a minor character, and every time I see him, it's a good time. Tilda Swinton is there. People talk about Wes Anderson as being all style. I'm pretty sure Nick mentioned this too, but there really is a lot of substance in his movies, a lot of great messages, tones. Very, very well-made film by a great filmmaker. Grand Budapest Hotel. You should see it. At number 5 is Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is a type of post-apocalyptic movie. Takes place entirely in a train. Very unique story. I was captivated, and a big reason why I was captivated was not just by the story or the situation, but by Tilda Swinton, my girl. She crushes it. I said in the original review she might be my favorite character from 2014, and in Snowpiercer, turns out she was my favorite character in a movie from 2014. It's an action movie, but it's not so actiony that it's inane. The action is very well done, very well shot. The characters are interesting. Definitely would recommend Snowpiercer. At number 4, we've got Chris Nolan and his sci-fi epic, Interstellar. I was a bit skeptical at first when I saw the first previews for Interstellar. Nolan coming off of the Batman trilogy, you know, I was like, oh, he's gonna do a really big thing. Matthew McConaughey's there. I still am not convinced that Matthew McConaughey is a real thing. So I was skeptical, but I was proven wrong. It was not just a big, dumb space movie. It had real emotion, real plot, it was real interesting, and there was real suspense. I think that the spoiler embargo is off now. Matt Damon was in it, and boy, that whole sequence with Matt Damon from beginning to end was phenomenal. He and his character were just very interesting, so well done. The suspense was amazing. Matthew McConaughey continues to not be terrible, which is really confusing to me because, you know, if there was one thing I thought I knew, it's that I can count on Matthew McConaughey to take his shirt off, which he does in Interstellar, but to take his shirt off and then say something dumb. But now he's been taking his shirt off and saying something smart, and I don't know. But all I do know is that Interstellar was very good. Coming in at number 3 is Ben Affleck, yes, that Ben Affleck, in Gone Girl. Gone Girl was a very dark, very suspenseful film based on the novel Gone Girl. A lot of elements of film noir in a sense, a lot of light play, very dark, and it's one of those mystery movies where you don't know what's going on, you're just as in the dark as the characters, and you love it. You're trying to piece it together, you're trying to figure it out just with Ben Affleck and Tyler Perry, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great time. Very exciting, very suspenseful. Rosamund Pike also does a great job. Gone Girl was fantastic. Ben Affleck continues to do good things, just like McConaughey. It's a little confusing that he had Argo. He's really bounced back from Gigli, and we're all really proud of you. At number 2, my second favorite movie of all of 2014, all 365 days, the number 2 movie is Nightcrawler, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal also doing good things now. He plays a crazy guy, a psychopath really, who takes his video camera and he films car accidents and murders and sells the footage to news stations to put on the news. And the movie is really about watching this guy who starts out, you know, a little weird, a little creepy, a little bit psychopathy, and just watching him get worse and worse and worse and more deranged and more unstable, and just watching him do some of the things he does. He doesn't murder anybody, he doesn't do like crazy acts of violence, but just the little things he does are just so upsetting, and really it's a phenomenal performance by Gyllenhaal. Really is a shame that he was not nominated for Best Actor. It was such a strong year for actors though that, you know, somebody had to get left out. Also, it's a real shame that Nightcrawler didn't get a Best Picture nod, I think, because, boy, it really stuck with me, especially like right after seeing it, and even watching the movie, I'm just squirming in my seat watching Jake Gyllenhaal do these things. Very good movie. Very, very good. It's number 2. But it's not number 1, because coming in at number 1 is the best movie I've seen in a long time. One of my favorite movies ever. I can tell, I know it's going to be around for a while. Birdman. I keep talking about how much I love Birdman, but it's just because I really want everybody to understand how impressive Birdman is. It is an original idea, it's so unique, it's so well done and acted, it looks great, and just there's nothing else like it. We've gone on about the style of the film, how it looks like it's all one continuous shot, which is amazing to see. It's not one continuous shot, but each scene, each shot is 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes long. That is crazy, especially with film. There's so many moving parts, they're going in and out of rooms, they're going everywhere. It's, as a filmmaking feat, incredibly impressive. And so combining the achievement of making Birdman, combined with just how great it is as a movie, those two come together and make what is, for me, the best film of 2014, and also the best film of the last several years. So, that's my list. I'm sure you disagreed with at least something, because it's a top 10 list, and you think I'm wrong. But I'm not, but you think I am. So let me know, and then we can fight about it, and it'll be a lot of fun. My social media is in the bottom. That's where you can find me. In the meantime, this is the Filmsmiths channel. I'm Zach. See you later.